Hey everyone, NWA Prepper here. So really, this is kind of a question. There are many self-reliant prepper, survivalist, homesteading publications or magazines, books out there to choose from. Thousands and thousands. Which ones do you read? Or do you read at all? Do you do all your reading on the internet? Do you do all your learning from YouTube? I hope not on both of those. There is definitely some benefit to reading. There's some benefit to going to classes. There's some benefit to watching videos. There's benefits to listening to things and podcasts. All those things make you a complete and better educated prepper or neo-pioneer. That's totally stolen from Viking Preparedness, who I think stole it from someone else. But so what do you like? I know when I first started realizing I was into survivalism, is what it was called at the time, there was a publication called American Survival Guide. And I would buy it in the the newsstand at the grocery store every month that it came out. I got excited about it. I read it cover to cover. I read every ad, every article. I looked at every picture for years and years, actually. Sometimes I would get into Mother Earth News. I would read that the same way. And then I kind of grew, excuse me, I grew apart from that type of reading and I started reading other things. Mostly when college came around, when I was reading, it needed to be a medical text or, something like that. Excuse me. So what do you read? What do you like? Are you reading? A lot of stuff online is free, and I love free. Free is great. Patreon, hell, if you are listening or watching or reading something that's free and they have a Patreon channel, go help them out. There's lots of great people that have Patreon channels, and then you can help support them with $1 or $3 or however much you feel you're getting out of that. I have several creators that I support on Patreon. I like Patreon. It's a different kind of platform. But anyway. So another way is a physical magazine. There it is, Backwoods Home. And this one is January, February, March. It only comes out 4 times a year. They do have some special editions that they come out with. I subscribed to this one. I did the whole subscription for about $13, maybe $14. And I did it for 2 years, so $30. But they're $8 on the newsstand, so I felt it was worth it. And this one, Backwoods Homes, if you've never read it, Backwoods Home magazine is a guide or a practical guide for self-reliant living. I don't know if I was remembering that. It's on the cover. And on this one, it talks about ice fishing, lessons for new gun owners, cold climate homesteading, and timber tools, along with lots of other good articles. They have an Ask Jackie section. They have a little cooking section. It's a pretty decent magazine. Now, they do have ads, but not on every page. 10 ways to safely change canning recipes from old to new, safer stuff. There's a lot of information in this magazine. So that's what I like, is this one. It's not that I don't read anymore, but that's the one that I don't get from the library. That's the one that I pay for and I have shipped to me. I also read some of their online stuff. If you don't want paper, then you can do online. There's lots of great magazines and things like that. There's lots of ebooks. I like both. I like ebooks, but I also like to have the paper thing. So once I read it, let's take that upgrading canning recipes article in there. Once I read it, I've got some of the memory or a little bit of the information, but if I ever want to go back to it, it's easier for me to go to my bookshelf and go, okay, I know it was in a backwoods home. Which one was it in? It's easier for that to me than to try to go through my Kindle account and scroll through, because I get distracted easily. And as I find an article in this or a book that I like, I dog ear the page or I put a bookmark in it, and I usually circle the title of the article that I want or that stood out to me. So if I recall it and I'm looking for it again, I can find it. Books are great. Books are great. One of an author that actually I was watching his YouTube videos for several years. Was part of the inspiration for me to start NWA Prepper was Joe Fox with Viking Preparedness. Most of you on my channel know, right, who Joe Fox is. So through one of his videos, he commented that he had written a book, and I bought the book, and I have read that book numerous times. It is it's something that is so easy to read, so basic, so wonderful, that when I get a new family or new friends that are new to preparedness, particularly if they're a family, I give them a copy of this book. And I just ordered, I think I ordered it from Barnes & Noble. Anyway, I just ordered it online. And that's how I get it, and it's wonderful. There are tons of good books that are great to pass around your group. Buy one copy and everyone share it, everyone read it, put it in the group library somewhere. You don't all have to buy the same book. Me and 2 or 3 of my friends are reading a fiction series called 299 Days, which we've all finished it, but we bought it. They're 10 books, and each one of us bought 3. And or we each bought 2, because whatever, we each bought a couple, and we just traded them around until everyone had read all 10 of them. Then we put them in a box, and that box is at one of our bug out locations, so anyone who wants to read it again can go back there. And even if it wasn't, if you know books 1, 2, and 3 are over here with Travis, then books are great. Paper is wonderful. You got to take care of it. I understand storage is premium, but knowledge, when you don't have batteries, or if the ice hits us like it's supposed to and we lose power and we can't charge anything for a couple days, then we won't have access to all of our digital media. We all know that I'm going to have battery backups, or a way to charge them both. But if that doesn't happen, then if I can't get that device to work again, then we have the Ball canning book on the shelf. We've got cookbooks, and we have medical texts, and we have the things that we need to reference, things that you have time to reference. A medical emergency is not the time to learn how to control bleeding by reading a book. But signs and symptoms for someone who is ill is something that you have time to double check on a book. If you're picking plants, you have time to reference a book or a study material, because it's not, you're not running through the woods grabbing things as fast as you can as a general basis. What do you guys like to read? Or are you totally a watcher? A video watcher? Are you totally a reader? Obviously, you're not totally a reader. But what is your main source of knowledge? And if you're in a lull that you're not reading and you're not acquiring new knowledge, then I challenge you to make some time. Take 15 minutes every day and say, I'm going to read something I did not know, or something that is something I want to know, for 15 minutes. You can do it. You won't regret it. And if you save up and buy a book every now and then, save up, because that's that $30 for that magazine subscription wasn't a just go ahead and do it thing. I had to budget, because that's how I have to do things. You can do it too. It's part of being ready. Thanks for watching. Like and share the channel. We're growing. You guys are the best audience, and it's awesome to see you and have you around. Let's get ready.